Keep it simple and just mow.
We're in the middle of May. At the time of this recording, it is May 11th, 2005, and it is cold. The last 2 days have been, I believe, 55 degrees, and it's been somewhere in the 60s, the highest maybe 70 degrees tops, and it's not prime time weather for Bermuda. Bermuda will still be green, but it is not that hot weather that Bermuda loves. The minute you hit that hot weather, this is when Bermuda is just going to take off and you're going to have to increase your mowing frequency. Now, if you look at the lawn, it is pretty much green. I think it is looking good, but it is not that dark green that I'm really looking for. And as I switch this camera view, you can see it is pretty much looking good. Remember this spot over here? In the other video I posted where this spot was just dormant and slow to green up, mainly because of temperatures and sunlight. But you can see it is starting to green up. It's getting there. Not there completely, but it is definitely there. Now, this is a good time to start to think about or even doing something called core aeration. Core aeration is when you basically take a machine, or you could do it manually, and you poke holes in the ground. But more importantly, you're not just poking holes, you're poking and extracting those cores. When you do core aeration, it's going to do several things for you. If you have an issue with thatch, it's going to help break that up. But more importantly, core aeration is going to allow air, water, and nutrients to get down underneath the turf into the root zone. That's just going to stimulate the growth of your Bermuda and just make it a little bit stronger. Core aeration is not required, but it is definitely helpful, so just keep that in mind. When you aerate your lawn and you pull up those cores, you can do several things. What you do is really depend on you and what you prefer. The most common things people do after they aerate their lawn is leave the cores behind and let it break up naturally. You can also take a lawnmower and just break it up that way, or you can take a lawnmower, bag up those cores and dispose of them. But one of the better things that you can do, if you're willing to put in the work, is to remove the cores, dispose of them, and go ahead and top dress those areas that you decided to aerate. You want to fill that dressing. Usually a best top dress is a 70-30 mixture or 50-50 mixture of sand and compost, and you just gently rub it on top of the turf. Try to aim the dressing into the holes and fill it up that way. This is only going to help to establish a better soil, and that will in turn improve your Bermuda's growth over time. Another thing to point out, when you pull up those cores, it's just going to help with your drainage situation. So it's going to allow water to get down through the thatch layer and get down into the soil. Pretty soon I'm going to get ready for a top dressing sand leveling application, just waiting for it to warm up just a little bit and making sure there's no rain in the forecast. You don't want to top dress or sand level anytime you have a lot of rain consecutive in a row. You want to make sure you have a few days of dry time before you do a project like that. So stay tuned for that video.